everyone. This is Walk-ins Welcome. I'm Ivy Dai, your host for today. And today's episode is sponsored by Culture OC, the premier arts and cultures resource in Orange County at cultureoc.org. Today on the show, we have Wing Lamb of Wahoo's Fish Tacos. How are you?
This is great.
So when's the last time I've seen you, Wing?
I don't know. It seems just like yesterday. You know, because I go to so many events, and I should know you do as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally thought it was maybe a few weeks ago, but I don't remember because I literally see people that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
So then the world's all, the timeline just seems to be shrinking.
Oh.
So it feels like yesterday, but it might have been a year ago. It might have been 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But you haven't changed a bit?
Oh, really? Oh, thank you. I used to work with the Asian American Journalists Association, AAJA, and then you would come and sponsor like all our food for the event for like 300 people.
I just had lunch with Ando.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ando, who is a reporter at the LA Times,
Yes.
she is nominated for an award, actually.
Yeah,
A journalism
her family
award.
started the Viet New, the oldest Vietnamese newspaper in America.
Oh my goodness. That's so
And
awesome.
that's how we met because she got me involved with the AAJA about 25 years ago.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And are you still doing work with AAJA now?
Yes.
Or?
I still sponsor the Trivia Bowl every year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so what's new? Like you're going to tell me about your
I'll tell you about
Birkenstock?
so these things that everybody sees me wearing, you can see a little bit of it right here, right?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're Crocs, but they're not.
Yeah.
These are the Birkenstock Professional Series for gardeners.
Oh.
And the reason I chose these as opposed to the black ones for the kitchen
Yeah.
is the black ones made me feel like I had like work boots,
Yeah.
because they have to have a backing on it for you to be in the kitchen, so
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
non-slip.
Yeah.
So then I found the green ones. I go, this is much more, interesting.
Oh, it's a little bit like Mario Batali with his orange claws.
Yes, exactly. So he had his, so I have my green. And
So
I
those
have
are
red ones.
non-slip?
They're non-slip.
That's so cool. That could be a collaboration.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we are.
Oh my God.
So
Okay.
this summer, I'll be working on a collaboration with Birkenstock,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll have my own professional series.
That's amazing. I love it. I'm going to have to get a pair. How much are they
Yes,
going to
I'll
retail
send you a
for?
pair.
Okay. That's so cool. So then you have, 46 locations now?
Yep. Yes, we're getting ready to open a second location in Austin, Texas. And by this fall, we'll have a new location at the John Wayne Airport.
Oh, amazing.
Exciting, yeah.
Yeah. How is the bouncing back from COVID?
Well, just when things kind of take one, step forward, maybe take two backwards because we've had different issues, most of it out of our control. So, i.e., when interest rates go up a little bit, then the housing market cools down. So then everybody starts being a little more conservative. But the one that's really been crazy for the last few months is the gas crisis, right? So when people that are on a fixed income and all of a sudden your gas goes up 50%, something's got to give.
Yeah.
And usually it's all the non-essential stuff like going out. So everybody starts, they used to maybe go out once a week. Maybe now they go out maybe every 2 weeks, right? Because you still got to get to work.
Yeah, of course. But how does that impact? I mean, because for me, I used to have Wahoo's almost every day. I get the steak bonsai bowl.
Yeah, bonsai bowl, yeah.
It's been one of my favorite restaurants for probably 20 years. Sometimes I would do like lettuce wrap, grilled fish.
Yeah.
But is it that people are going to eat less?
They go out and eat less because the term is they'll brown bag it. They'll make something at home. And even that groceries has gone up too. So maybe you look at the options that are out there, and making something at home is not that much cheaper because you got to end in your labor and your time. And all of a sudden you go, oh, I got to wash dishes. So what could I have done in that extra hour? That I have to make my lunch or my dinner, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
So it's funny because even coffee, maybe I'll go to Starbucks one less time a week because that's $5. But again, it's all based on the non-essentials, right? Because you still got to get to work.
Yeah.
So you're not going to cut back on the gas.
Yeah.
But you might opt to maybe carpool, or maybe walk or bike to work. But that transportation thing is a big thing, and we've seen it multiple times. But the last time it was when gas prices was $5, people stopped literally going out.
Yeah.
Now we're literally, some places are over $6 or $7.
Yeah.
So it really affects our, middle level restaurants.
Okay. And you know what I learned, which I didn't know, is that the first location was in Costa Mesa.
Yes, which is funny. In
yeah.
the city of Costa Mesa, we have 3 restaurants.
Yeah. I
And-
would go. I work down the street from the one in Bristol and Baker.
Oh, yeah. That does phenomenally well.
Yeah.
South Coast Plaza and the original one on the west side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I've seen that you've gone through some menu changes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we tried, I wouldn't say necessarily follow trends, but it's customers come in and goes, hey, how come you guys don't do this, right? And we'll look at it and go, But I would say the one area that we try to, stay, not spend too much time on
Yeah.
is the vegan vegetarian space. Because in general, people that are vegans, they want to go to places where they don't cook anything but vegan food. So we'll have some items that are, but they represent such a small percentage of our daily, right?
Yeah.
But again, that one vegan person will dictate where the other 5 coworkers go to lunch.
Yeah.
So we got to have a little option, right?
Yeah.
But where it's fun for us is salsas because people, as you get older, hopefully your palate and your tolerance level increases. So today, you can eat 2 jalapenos. 10 years ago, just the side of a jalapeno would scare you. So we want to have more spicy, more flavorful options.
Yeah.
Even the-
Side of a jalapeno
right?
was scary.
Yeah, when I started, we only had pico de gallo. Now we
Yeah.
have 4 or 5 different sauces. They're all more spicy and flavorful. And it's because, again, add a little kick to it, So salsas in general. And then we try to play with the menu a little bit. And one of the latest items is, instead of doing just a crispy fish taco, we went to more beer batter, Baja style, right? So we call it the ensenada fish taco. So again, it's a little bit different, right? But it's very traditional to Mexico, but not to what we do in America.
Okay. And so that's what you're doing now,
Yeah.
but can you take us back to like the beginning? I mean,
Well, the beginning is 1988. I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking, people used to come in and goes, where's my refried beans? Nobody had ever seen black beans, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the only places were like Cuban restaurants, and there weren't that many in Orange County at the time. So the idea you had these things that weren't mushed up, brown, was actually black, kind of, got everybody a little go, whoa, what is that? And then they were not used to the red rice, the Mexican style. Because again, for the people that don't know, I am full-blooded Chinese, but I grew up in Brazil.
yes.
So the Brazilian influence, right? They're very similar to Cuban. It's
Yeah.
white rice and black beans.
Yeah.
So we had that, and then the traditional.
Mojos and oros, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And then the other
Cristiano.
part was, again, all the surfers that had gone to Mexico, the fish tacos were fried, which we're serving, as an option today.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what? I'm going to get older. I'm going to try to stay nice and healthy. So we've always grilled the fish. So we started with grilled, then we added Cajun.
Yeah.
And again, relatively speaking, both of them are very healthy. And then eventually, a few years back, we added a crispy because people said, well, when you had a couple of beers, it's nice to have something fried. So it's
Yeah,
not necessarily because it's healthy, but fried foods, melted cheese go really well when you have a cocktail.
Yeah, definitely. And then what was Orange County is such a sleepy suburbia, but, like growing up in Brazil and with your brothers and everything, and then coming here, how has it changed now? Like, even your lifestyle, right? Like lifestyle,
Yeah. Well, the big change for us is, like I
Yeah.
said, we didn't grow up in a big city in São Paulo. We grew up in a small town.
Yeah.
So again, by the time you saw a movie in America, by the time we would get to Brazil, it'd be like literally 3 or 4 years later.
Oh, my
I mean, we're
goodness.
talking, this is not instant like it is right now. Everything happens and you can see it in the internet. So a fashion, a movie, a TV show, it's instantly accessible anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But that was not the case in the 70s. So we literally, big monumental event for us, the first store that had an escalator. We're talking like 1975, an
Yeah.
escalator. Come on, it seems like there's escalators, automatic doors.
Yeah.
In Brazil, I never saw an automatic door. And this is 1975, right?
Yeah.
Color TVs were just starting. This is, again, the rotary phone. So there's been a lot of technology, a lot of things that have changed, and this speed of how things get delivered.
Yeah.
The idea that something could be not overnight, but within an hour to your door.
Yeah.
Think about it, because Amazon, none of that existed. So, but the food industry takes time, right?
Yeah.
Because things have to simmer. You just, there's a little bit of love involved, right? So the idea is to make things in the traditional way. You can't really speed it up. You got to make it nice and slow. So the beans don't take 3 seconds. They're not instant beans, right?
Yeah.
It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to make a pot of beans. Rice takes about 35 minutes to make a pot of rice.
Yeah.
So these are all the things people are like, what do you mean? You just don't cut a bag and throw it on my... No, we actually cook food for you, right?
You actually cook. Yeah. Yeah. This is really random. It's not related to anything you're saying, but you know that we have another point of connection in which your, what do you call it? Your cousin is like, she was my sorority sister.
Was it Chris or Jenny? Or Candace?
No, none of those.
I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember what she was born in China though, or born in Asia.
I'm trying to think which one. It might be another one, because we do have a few.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. What her name is off the top of my head.
Okay.
It'll come to me later.
Okay,
But
we'll think about that.
but isn't that so?
Oh, we have so.
Isn't that so random?
There are so many things that I've reconnected with people that I haven't seen in years, and then we turn out we're all friends, right?
Oh,
and that's
okay.
the thing, because people are like, oh, you're cousins with this guy. We went to school with that person, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So these, again, if you're a good person, it's good to reconnect with good people.
Yeah, it is. And it's funny because whenever I go to like a surf event or something, you're there.
Of course, because that's what
Yeah.
we do. The action sports space.
Yeah.
is
So, I mean, in terms of branding and marketing, I mean, how, now it's already been a relationship over decades and stuff, but how is it like initially that you started to, and it's Wahoo is very synonymous with surf culture, right? Like,
So
how did you?
what happened was in the 70s and 80s, even into the 90s, right? Surf event, action sports events, it wasn't like going to a football game. Like football game, you have tailgates, and you have two versions. I call the home style one, where somebody just throws a barbecue in the back of their truck, and you're getting hot dogs and burgers, right?
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, maybe somebody will throw in a chicken in there, right? But it's pretty basic, right? But again, you're drinking beers in a parking lot. How fancy can it be? But once you get into, I call it the television, the media, and the actual alumni, the tailgates take a whole different meaning, because there's a catering company there. Yeah. So I remember when I was in college going to the Rose Bowl, because one of my roommates happened to work for a catering company on the weekends. So he said, Wayne, you guys should stop by here after the game. And we're like, how are we going to get in? He goes, I'll give you guys some working passes, like you're part of the team. I'm like, great idea.
Oh,
So we kind of snuck in there, right? But we go in there, and I remember seeing like Tommy Lasorda and Merlin Osa, all the guys that were commentating, coaching, whatever big major league teams. And all of a sudden, there'd be a saute station where somebody's literally tossing pasta with whatever ingredients you wanted. There's another guy with a turkey and a ham and a roast beef carving. That was the carving station, right? And there'd be another salad area. You can make your own salads, right? And we're like, wow, this is fancy. But this is catering for ABC television and the celebrities and all that. So we got to partake in some of that. And then there'd be a full bar, not just a keg of beer. And I'm like, one day, this is what I would love to be able to recreate, right?
Yeah.
So by the time we opened our first Wahoos, and I went to some of the action sports brand, the first one.
Oh, this is before you even had.
No, when we started Wahoos, I asked the question, goes, hey, when you're having your surf contest, can we come in and cater it? And they all looked at me and goes, what are you talking about? We don't have a budget for hospitality. I goes, well, what do they do? He goes, well, if you don't bring your own food, you're out of luck.
Yeah.
It's BYO. Oh, right. So your mom and dad used to make your food for you to go to your surf contest. So they had money for the prizes, the T-shirts, the scaffolding, the judges and all that. But there was nothing left to eat and drink. So I said, well, can I do this?
So you revamped that as well.
I reinvented, I brought it in, and they all looked at me and goes, well, by the way, we can't pay you for this. And I'm like, well, this is not going to go very well with my brothers, because my brother go, what are you going to do? You go feed 100 kids that we don't even know? And I says, well, they make T-shirts and shorts. So can we trade for it? And they looked at me and goes, well, what are you going to do with $1,000 worth of T-shirts and shorts? I goes, well, I got employees.
Yeah.
And I got vendors.
Yeah.
So then I call my vendors. I goes, hey, can I get an extra 10 pounds of chicken that I don't want to pay you for because I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to give it away. But in exchange, I know you got kids.
Yeah.
Can I give you a couple of T-shirts and shorts?
Yeah.
And they all
like
looked at
Roxy
me-
Billabong, or like kind of like big.
Yeah, all the
okay.
big brands.
Oh, yeah.
Not
yeah.
really big brands. So Quicksilver, Billabong, Gotcha, all the big top brands at the time.
Yeah.
And they all looked at me and
merch.
goes, you're going to give us sunglasses? I go, yeah, whatever you guys want.
Oh,
And that's how the
amazing.
whole world. So pretty much as soon as we did the first contest,
Yeah.
a lot of the kids that came to surf there didn't necessarily surf for Billabong. They surf for Quicksilver and the other brands. So they told their team managers, because, man, we went to this contest in Huntington Beach, and there was this Asian guy making tacos on the beach. Can you call him and see if he can do it for us? So then they would call him and say, hey, I heard you did this. Can
For
you do
free.
it here?
Well, not for free, but for
Yeah,
merch,
because
yeah.
and he goes, well, we can't pay you. He goes, well, you make T-shirts and shorts. He goes, oh yeah, well, we'll trade for it.
Oh my
And that's how the
goodness.
world evolved. And we went from doing surf contests
Mm-hmm.
to skate contests to snowboard contests to supercross, BMX, mountain biking. So everything that had something to do with action sports.
Yeah.
If they wanted to do a party, a trade show, an event, we would be there and we would trade.
Yeah.
They would always give us our logo for sponsoring the event.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, all the kids that had never gotten anything for free, right? They're like, oh my God, this is the greatest food ever because it was free to them.
Yeah.
And then I said, hey, I hope you come to the restaurant. And they all like, what do you mean? It was, we have a store over here in Costa Mesa. And then they started coming. And they would tell their friends, because there's this place that serves food when we have our events. You should go and support them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after almost 40 years now,
Yeah.
right, of the brand. So how do you keep it like fresh or innovative, or do you just stay with the tried and true,
What we try to do is tell the story. One of the biggest thing
Yeah.
for us is based on our size and longevity. Most restaurants that have been around as long as we have and have grown into multiple locations.
Yeah, like
One-
you have Japan,
Yeah.
right? Latest one,
Yeah,
Austin,
Texas,
Texas.
yeah.
Yeah. So then my question to you is, after building such an iconic brand of almost 40 years, I mean, how do you stay relevant? Like, do you innovate? Do you stick to your tried and true recipe, or
Well, the core is the same, right? People they have a taste profile, like you dream of going to a restaurant because you know what you're going to get when you get there.
Yeah.
So we got to stay true to that part.
Okay.
But then we add a few things, on the menu, kind of change it up, like say the salsas, right? But because remember, the salsas are always optional. You don't have to put it on.
Yeah.
So that way, if you're used to the basic original fish taco, that's what you're still going to get. But then you go, let me try it. And again, just put on a little bite. If you don't like it, over it, right?
Yeah.
But if you like it, now I like, so now we can,
with
and
the,
not
with
everybody
the salsas, okay.
loves the new salsa when you
Yeah.
say that, because some people are like, hey, I know what I know. And we're all
Yeah.
creatures of habit,
The
and we don't like changes.
Yeah, the Mexican street taco is
Yeah.
like a little spicy for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I
Yeah.
had it and I'm like, and I always just go back. I don't know. I just goes back to the steak bonsai bowl.
Exactly.
Because I remember the bonsai veggies
Yeah,
and it's
and
just,
see, that's what I'm
or the
saying.
fish taco. That's what it should. Yeah.
So you know what you like, and that's okay. And the idea that unless somebody that has similar taste that you believe and trust say, hey, you should try this, you're probably not going to try it. Because you're not going to waste the time and effort that you made to get to my restaurant and try something and go, oh, God, that sucked. So everybody, we're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
So we have our favorite dishes. So that we try to always, add to it, but not change it.
Yeah.
Right. So, more options for you to change. Hey, I want to try this instead of that. Right. Or in addition to. The other side of it too is today everybody gets all their information, at least the younger kids, through social media.
Yeah.
So instead of using just TV, radio, and print, we have to also promote what we're doing on social media.
Okay.
So basically the same story, but just using in different platforms to communicate. But the biggest thing for us that is really the core of our business is staying true to making food for you. In other words, it's not made 100 miles away or on the other side of the country. It was made in that kitchen for you. So that's what we pride ourselves in. It's like there's no central commissary. It's made fresh for you when you get there, right? So that part you can still trust, because we've seen so much of it on social media right now where you find an ingredient that used to be one way and now is literally 10, 20 ingredients later because a bigger corporation bought it. And for them, they're responsible to their investors. So they don't care about the consumer. They care about the bottom line.
Yeah.
And one of the cheapest, most effective way to make more money is change it up, right?
Yeah.
Substitute corn syrup for cane sugar. It's a huge one, right? So there's a lot of things that a lot of companies do. But at the end of the day, I still like to eat my own food. So I can afford, when I don't want to, change in order to save money, right? So that's one of the ways, just use cheaper ingredients, right? Use fillers, use gums, use all the things that,
gums,
you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
So that's why, like, when you go to most Asian restaurants, right?
Yeah.
Vietnamese, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, it's made fresh for you. I don't know about the big chains, right? That's where we get into trouble, because they're like, the public's not going to know the difference, because it still tastes the same. It's just there's 3 to 10 to 20 more ingredients in there to kind of, mask the real, taste. And you're like, wow, it's still sweet and sour.
Yeah.
And then you find out, there's no real eggs in here. There's no real chicken in here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in terms of branding, and I mean, is it just the original brand, or I mean, like innovating, or,
The brand,
how do you know it's going to be around for another 50 years? Like, right?
I believe today, with all the generation, it's transparency, right?
Yeah.
They want to know where it came from, who made it, and how it's made, right? So for us, I invite friends all the time. Goes, what's your favorite dish? Come in the kitchen and I'll make it with you. And people are like, what do you mean? I goes, I can still cook. I would invite all the CEOs out there. Not just take a bite of your favorite hamburger or sandwich, but can you make it?
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
what we got to do next time.
Yeah,
is cook
absolutely.
in the kitchen.
Yeah, you come in with me, and then I'll say, what is, like the bonsai bowl?
Yeah.
You're going to see me grab fresh vegetables, throw it on the grill. You're going to see me throw the steak on the grill. When it's just about ready, add a little teriyaki sauce, toss it up, put it over rice and beans, or just rice, whatever your choice is. And all of a sudden, you're going to go, wow, you made it. It goes, yeah, all the ingredient was raw. It wasn't pre-made somewhere else, and then we just reheated it for you. It's fresh.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what other cuisines can you make? Like, or do you cook at night? Do you cook at home every night?
I cook at home with my wife. It all depends. I mean, do we want to have a taco night? Do we want to have a pasta night? Do we want to have a barbecue night? So whatever it is. And these days it's so much easier. I don't have to remember anything, because just Google it and pop it up and goes, oh yeah, that's the recipe. And you're going to go, oh yeah, that's right. This temperature, this time, boom, it's done.
Yeah.
So I just need like a refresher to, confirm, is it 10 minutes or 12 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like my wife loves baking bread. She makes amazing sourdough bread at home.
Amazing, yeah.
I just got to make sure it's about 24 minutes in the oven at 500 degrees, right? Because if you do a little less, might be a little raw in the middle, still dough, not bread, right? If you go a little too long, and it's happened once, all of a sudden you forgot the timer. All of a sudden you got literally a brick in your oven black, because it's completely burned.
Oh no!
It's only happened once. You can always undercook and then finish it later.
Yeah.
But once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
Right?
Does your wife make sourdough bread, or would it?
Sourdough bread. She makes this wonderful focaccia bread, and we bring it to all of our friends' house because it is delicious.
Yeah.
And it's a simple, sourdough starter.
Yeah.
And then you bake it in a big sheet, right?
Yeah.
And then you sprinkle, is it the Irish salt that's more flaky, not the granular, right?
Yeah.
So you still get the nice salty, and then you drizzle olive oil on there, and it is off the chart.
Maybe we should because I just started doing, because I'm gluten intolerant, so then I started
that's the reason she started it.
Oh, really?
Because
is it a gluten-free?
Naturally, it's gluten-free because of the enzymes.
Yeah. Okay, because I just started making, during the winter, my own gluten-free sourdough starter, and I was making sourdough bread. Yeah.
You come over to the house and you're going to go,
Okay.
it's so simple. But the key is the starter, right?
Yeah,
You got to feed it, and do all that. And then when you're ready, then you add the additional flour, let it rise, let it sit, the whole process. And then, so we used to just make loaves.
Yeah.
But it turned out that the loaves are really small.
Yeah.
And loaves are better for sandwiches,
Yeah.
right? And so when we made it into, I call it more of a cake, like a sheet cake.
Yeah, yeah.
It becomes more like a focaccia.
Yeah.
And now when you cut it into cubes, it's easier to dip. Use it to like scoop hummus and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's much easier, as it feels more like a dinner roll than it does a sandwich.
Yeah, and it's easier to portion and give away to
Yes,
friends.
yeah.
And stuff like that.
And
Yes.
it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And it just takes up the shape of the pan. You don't have to preform it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So you have time to cook and eat at home, but like, what's your schedule? Like, what is your lifestyle like? Like, are you traveling half the time? Like, is it just, it feels
There's
like you're
a lot
everywhere,
of
you know?
planning, a lot of planning.
Okay.
So it was a lot of hours in the office, making sure that all the supplies, all the food, the staffing, everything is ready to go for that weekend or the next
Okay.
event
So you're
that we're
still
doing.
in charge of operations.
Yeah, so there's a
Okay.
lot of planning, and they make sure that everybody's on the same page, because we want whoever's basically having us or hiring us, what is their expectation, right? Like, we're getting ready to do a baby shower. Well, that's a little different than a traditional office lunch. So the
different.
plates, containers have to have more of a theme, right? Colors. So again, it's the presentation as equally important as the food. But at an office lunch, how quickly can you make 100
Yeah.
lunches, right?
Yeah.
So the plates are not as important as long as it holds the food and all that.
Yeah.
But baby showers, depending if it's a boy or a girl.
You guys do baby showers.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, we do weddings. We've done all kinds of really fun stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then, so what is coming up for the month of, let's see, for the month of July, August?
We
or-
got some lifeguard events coming up in Huntington Beach and Newport Beach. We got summer concerts happening in Temecula, in San Diego. And in the Great Irvine Park, there'll be a bunch of concerts there. We just
Yeah.
did a 90s show where Vanilla Ice performed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, they're all still around. So
Yeah.
it's fun. We've done some country shows, you know. So we just finished the spring season with Coachella and all the boots in the park, but we got more of them coming this summer.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you stay so energetic? Like what is your, like, how do you, how do you, the joy
The
of,
thing is, you have an option every morning. You can get up grumpy or you can be up happy. I'd rather be happy. And when you're happy, you tend to attract other happy people. So the tide rises with happy people. Debbie Downers brings everybody down. So as soon as I find somebody who's always complaining, I'm like, you know what? Go find something that makes you happy.
yeah.
Because, life is too short to be complaining about stuff. Do something about it, right?
Yeah.
And it's not somebody's fault that you're unhappy. It's usually look inside, right?
Yeah.
Because you can probably fix it. So to me, I want to be around people that are happy, positive.
Yeah, like you seem to have this like no pressure. Like what advice would you give for entrepreneurs? I mean, I both, seasoned ones like yourself
Yeah.
and starting ones, like, how to like take it easy, how to,
Basically, you yelling at somebody isn't going to get anything done better. They might do it, but they're going to resent it. And the next time they have the option, they're not going to work with you anyway. So remember, if you don't like it done to yourself, right? Like yelling, criticizing, all that, don't do it to others, right? So I think if you treat everybody as a friend, as, a brother and a sister kind of a thing, things will get done a lot quicker, right?
Yeah.
And you might be having a bad day. They may be having a bad day. Either one doesn't give the other the excuse to treat everybody else poorly, right? So I think the whole idea is cut everybody a break, right? But again, if they're continuously like that, it goes, well, maybe it's not a good fit for them to be a part of your team, right? Or you be a part of their team, right? So if you can realize that, and then you see a lot more today in sports with all the trading. Somebody that wasn't good here, i.e. the quarterback that just won the Super Bowl. I mean, 2 years ago, he was washed up. Then does a phenomenal season in Minnesota and then comes back and wins the Super Bowl. And everybody goes, there's no way. That guy should have been 2 years out of the league, right? And now he wins the Super Bowl. So again, sometimes the right person is in the wrong environment or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So just, again, be a team player, surround yourself with great people, and give people the option to grow, right?
yeah, that's great. That's amazing. Well, thanks so much for coming
Yeah,
on
anytime.
here. This is our inaugural episode.
Yeah.
of Walk-ins Welcome. I feel like we could talk for hours.
Oh, we definitely can.
Yeah,
There's
but
lots of stories.
Yeah, that's all the time we have for today. And we'll see you here next time on Walk-ins Welcome.